Hey there. Welcome to
Hello.
Make $1,000 Today. I'm with Bonnie Frank today. Your color looks so good. I look like I need the beach. I look like a ghost. Maybe I need to get out from behind my computer and actually get some sunlight. So welcome to this series. We are doing daily videos for, I don't know how long, but for now. Um, and we're broadcasting this across many of my platforms. So if you're watching, you could be watching from, I'm actually pulling up LinkedIn right now, my Facebook page, my Facebook group, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So we are, and I'm feeling a little bit intimidated here because I have the live stream queen here with us today. So I'm sure has something to say about some of this, but I really want you to meet Bonnie Frank today because I think that one of the things that we can do more than anything in this time of uncertainty in the world and in our lives and in our business is show up. And I think showing up is, honestly, in some ways, this video series is as much for me as it is for all of you that are watching, because it makes me show up every day. It makes me get up, take a shower, put some clothes on, by 9 a.m. in the morning so that I can show up for you, right? And that to me helps me with my day, with my business, with my life. So Bonnie, introduce yourself to everyone here.
Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when anyone will be watching this. And good morning to most of you. And thanks for joining us live. I'm Bonnie L. Frank. I'm a former teacher and college professor turned entrepreneur overnight. And I started my business from scratch with live streaming. I've produced over 4,000 live stream videos by myself. And so I turn on my phone and I talk into it just like this. And I talk to people about starting and growing businesses online. And that's exactly how I show up.
That's awesome. So one of the things that Bonnie and I were talking about last night when we were chatting about what we were going to talk about was how much I love being live on LinkedIn. And I know that I'm blessed to be able to do that. Not everybody is. And I was telling Bonnie how much engagement we get. Well, Bonnie, welcome to the 20th century or whatever the hell it is. We are, for some reason, don't appear to be live on LinkedIn right now. StreamYard's telling me we're good. Everyone's telling me we're good. I can't find the stream on LinkedIn. So I am thinking that it's not going live. So hopefully it will show up eventually. But in any case, we should be live places. It's telling me I'm live on LinkedIn. Usually if it's not, you know what, listen, in this world, the world is like breaking the internet right now. So a few days ago, StreamYard was telling me we were having trouble with Facebook. Today it's not telling me we're having trouble with anyone, but I don't know. We don't appear to be live on LinkedIn, but let's just hope that we are, and I just can't tell it. So Bonnie, tell us a little bit about how, if at all, you've shifted your business so Bonnie and I were together before the world changed. We were at this gigantic conference in Orlando, Florida. I flew back to New Jersey on March 13th. And I think that, I think that when we got to the conference, which was somewhere around maybe the 8th, 7th, 8th, something like
Mm-hmm.
that, 6th, we felt like we were being careful and using hand sanitizer and things like that. And we were moving forward business as usual. And by the time the conference ended on the Sunday, I don't know about you, but I had two people come up to me, Bonnie, and ask me if I was going to be in Orlando for a while because their next conference was having trouble getting their speakers to show up.
Oh
And would
my
I show
God.
up and speak at their conferences? Now, those conferences ended up being canceled, but that's how quickly this all changed. So we've had to make some quick pivots, or at least I have. Not for me, and maybe for you, they're not huge pivots, but we've had to rethink things nonetheless. So tell me a little bit about what that meant for you.
Well, in terms of pivoting, my business has always been virtual. So I'm a business coach and consultant, and I help people start and grow businesses online. And for example, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, but I had two clients from Australia before I ever had one from St. Louis, and I've lived here my entire life. So that part of my business has not changed at all, and I've always done my business from wherever I am, in the country and the world. But in terms of the amount of hours I'm working a day, that has changed dramatically, because I have absolutely tripled down on helping everyone around me to pivot their businesses and to make at least part of their business virtual, at least some of their business not relying on literally being person to person. Because no matter what your business is today, it doesn't matter if what products, programs, or services you sell, some, and probably more than just one, part of your business can be virtual. I mean, my doctor has been doing, teleconferences and televisits and telediagnoses for a long time. But some doctors are now just switching over to that and finding out that that's a thing. And people are discovering Zoom and discovering video conferences. And people are remembering that there is a thing called live stream. And people are much more relying on the internet because they can't rely on in person. And they're realizing that a lot of these things can absolutely be done virtually. So that's what I've been doing, and that's how my business has changed. But in terms of my day-to-day, that's exactly the same. But I've been teaching a lot about live streaming and about effective social media to make sure that people reach exactly who they want to reach very efficiently, so they're not wasting their time.
So if I have an in-person business, and I'll let you pick one, right? And I'm struggling, right? Like, even if it's a restaurant or a store, or, I don't know, there's so many in-person businesses, right? What kind of quick shifts can they make to see some quick results? I know that, I mean, listen, I teach LinkedIn marketing, and LinkedIn is a long game. It works best as the long game, but there's definitely opportunities for some quick wins also. So what are some quick wins people can get in making some social media or live streaming shifts?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been doing exactly what I'm doing here, live streaming into a lot of Facebook groups and meeting with a ton of entrepreneurs and letting them know how they can shift. So I'll give some examples. So if you have a local eatery of any type, whether it's a coffee shop or a restaurant or a bar restaurant, that type of thing, you're probably already doing curbside. But what you could be doing, and what you should be doing along with that, is offering, throwing in for $10 more a t-shirt, and all of the proceeds for the t-shirt go to the employees, or, that type of thing. A lot of places are part of, in St. Louis, but now it's spreading nationwide. They're part of the hashtag Here for Good campaign. So if you go on any social media platform and you put in hashtag Here for Good, you'll see what a local t-shirt company in St. Louis is doing. And that is benefiting everybody. So they're printing the t-shirts so that the people can sell the t-shirts, so that they can keep their employees employed during this time when they are totally shut down. Then beyond that, a lot of the eateries are creating quick courses and quick cookbooks, and all of that can be digital downloads. So you could be just talking to your computer or talk into your phone, and that's your video. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't need professional lighting. I mean, I've got all that stuff, but I didn't start that way. And natural lighting is the photographer and the videographer's best friend. So if you've got natural lighting, that's what you need. And tell them how to, do your top, your favorite alcoholic beverage recipes, or your favorite smoothie recipes if you're a healthy kind of restaurant, or 5 different ways that you can really up your burger, or something like that. Surprises that this restaurant puts into their burgers or into their salads or whatever it is. Tell people how they can do that. Make these recipes. Nothing that you do virtually, nothing like this will take away from people visiting your eatery. If, in fact, more people are going to visit it after we can all get back out and start spending some money again, because you're going to stay top of mind. And you've got to stay top of mind. My hairdresser, same thing. So not only did he take his products with him, and, he's like, Bonnie, I've got you. If you need to see me again in 4 weeks, I will come to your house. So if hairdressers can, if they can do that, they can do in-person visits. But what he has also done is he can mix up the product and deliver it with instructions on how the person can put it on themselves. And then besides that, he's been doing tutorial videos about hair. And so when you do any of these quick courses or any of these tutorials, then you can capture the person's email address, and then you can reach out to them with other products, programs, and services that you have. People still need to eat. People still need to do their hair.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to cook as well as you, and they're not going to be able to do their hair as well as you. But you helping them out at this time will keep you top of mind.
I love that, Bonnie. And I want to just address the eatery thing, because I think that was a good point. My son works for a restaurant in northern New Jersey, and I want to shout them out because they did an amazing job. They have a sister restaurant, literally, I should call two brothers. They each own one, called the Allendale Bar and Grill, and they've been around probably for 40 years. So they are staples in the Bergen County community, and they're family owned and really, really popular and very successful. What they did was they created a GoFundMe. And for everyone that donated $200, you got a VIP something. I don't even know what it was. And they said they were selling up to 100 VIP something. And then that money was solely going to pay the employees.
Yep.
So that's 20,000, 200 of them. So that's $40,000. I think last I looked, I think they were up to $70,000. People just kept donating more money, and they were like, we're not doing any more of these. But people kept donating money because people that are still getting a check want the places that they've been supporting to still be there when this is all over. Yep. So in that case, they are donating 100% of the profit to the employees, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can say something like, Bonnie, if Crystal told you about creating like a cookbook, right? You can say we're selling them for $10 each, and $5 will go to the employee fund, because it's okay to be a for-profit business and still keep some of that money so that you can continue to pay your rent or whatever it is you have to pay, so that you can open your doors again when the time comes, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to just be to pay your employees. It can be so that you are still there on the other side of this.
Correct.
I love that example.
And in my opinion, I've been saying this all over the place, all over social media, that, in my opinion, no business needs to go out of business right now. You don't need to go out of business. You don't need to close your doors, but you do need to start thinking differently. And you still have your audience out there to serve. You still have your customers, and you can still serve them, but you need to be able to serve them a little bit differently right now.
Well, they miss you. They're bored out of their minds. They would love to see some videos from you. Because let's say if my hairdresser said to me, Karen, I'm going to teach you how to cut your hair, I'd be like, all right, I'm in for that. But sure as hell, I don't want to cut it next time, right? But I would love that they were doing those kinds of things, right? So I love those ideas, Bonnie. Those are such great ideas. So how can people learn more about you? How can they find out more about Bonnie Frank and what you've got going on?
So you can go to BonnieLFrank.com, BonnieLFrank.com. And you can learn about group coaching that I've got going on for live streaming and social media, so that you can reach all your people. And I also have a free PDF, which is sanity saving activities to do at home with and without kids. And at the back end of that, for those of you parents who are home right now, at the back end of that, I have a list of great books for kids that have strong female protagonists.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And Bonnie used to be a teacher, and it's showing up in this world. I see Bonnie, like a little bits of Bonnie the teacher coming out in what's going on here. So very cool. Very cool. All right. I don't know what happened on LinkedIn. I'm kind of bummed about that. And when you get Bonnie's downloads, or you look at some of her things, or if you're watching this video and you're implementing some of these things, there are people that are going to say, how do I get more from you? And that is why I'm doing this weekly Your 5K offer workshops. I want you to be ready when somebody says, I love this that we've done. Thank you so much for helping me through this time. what would it look like if we spent a couple hours together, or whatever that looks like for you. It's different for every person. So what we're doing in these weekly workshops is creating an offer that you can market and sell on LinkedIn with a strong personal brand that makes you worthy of that investment. And I'm brainstorming at the end of the work with anybody that around and brainstorm what your offer might be. So come join me for that. It's on me, my treat, your5koffer.com. So check out Bonnie's stuff. Join me on Wednesday for the Your 5K Offer workshop. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Bonnie, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.